Do you wake up in the morning and feel it? That deep, grinding stiffness in your knees. That ache in your hips that seems to have settled in for good. Do you hear a click or a pop when you stand up? A sound you never used to hear? You ask yourself, why? Why, despite trying to do everything right, does it feel like your body is fighting against you? You try to eat healthy. You try to stay active. You follow the advice you've read in magazines and seen on television. You trust the labels that say all natural or low fat or doctor recommended, but the pain is still there. In fact, some days it feels worse. What if I told you that the pain isn't your fault? What if I told you that you're being misled? What if I told you that you might be drinking the very cause of your pain every single day, disguised as a healthy choice? The problem isn't your effort. The problem is that you are trusting certain drinks that are, in reality, acid bombs and inflammation machines, specifically targeted at your sensitive joints. They're silent attackers, hiding in plain sight in your refrigerator. Today, we are pulling back the curtain. I'm going to expose the 5 healthy drinks that are secretly fueling your joint pain, wrecking your knees, and stiffening your hips. I will not only show you what they are, I will explain exactly how they inflict their damage, molecule by molecule. And, most importantly, I will reveal the 3 simple healing heroes you can drink instead to finally put out the fire of inflammation and start the healing process. If you're currently dealing with any form of joint pain, stiffness, or aching, I want you to comment the word pain down below. This isn't just a video. This is the first step in taking back control. Let's tackle this together. Let's begin with the first and perhaps the most common villain: packaged fruit juice, especially orange juice, apple juice, or any of those juice cocktails. Why do we drink it? We've been told our entire lives that it's the picture of health. It's natural. It's from the earth. It's packed with vitamin C. You probably drank it this morning, believing you were boosting your immune system. Here is the devastating truth. This is a sugar bomb. When you drink that glass of juice, you have stripped away every last bit of the protective fiber that nature intended. That fiber is what slows down digestion. Without it, you are mainlining pure, liquid fructose straight into your bloodstream. This isn't like eating an apple. This is like drinking a can of soda. In fact, a 12-ounce glass of orange juice often contains as much or more sugar as a 12-ounce can of Coke. When that tsunami of sugar hits your system, your body panics. It releases a massive flood of insulin to try and manage the threat. This insulin spike is a system-wide alarm bell, and it triggers a massive inflammatory response. Your body releases inflammatory messengers called cytokines. And where do those inflammatory messengers go? They go straight to the most vulnerable, sensitive parts of your body. Your joints, your knees, your hips, your knuckles. That burning feeling you get, that dull, throbbing ache that settles in, that is the fire of inflammation, and you just drank the gasoline. You thought you were drinking vitamin C, but you were actually drinking a cocktail of pain. The second villain is one that will shock many. It's skim or low-fat milk. Now wait, you're thinking, this is impossible. My doctor told me to drink this. It's good for my bones. It has calcium and vitamin D. I switched from whole milk years ago to be healthy. This is the healthy myth. It's one of the greatest betrayals in modern nutrition. Here's what happens. When manufacturers remove the natural, healthy fat from milk, they face 2 problems. First, it tastes thin and watery. Second, they've removed the very thing that helps you feel full and helps you absorb the fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D. So what do? To make it taste better, they often add sugar, or they process it in a way that creates powdered milk solids, which are high in oxidized cholesterol, a known irritant to your blood vessels. Even worse, the fat they removed is a healthy, anti-inflammatory fat. They've taken out the good stuff and left you with a product that can make the problem worse. But the danger doesn't stop there. Many people, as they age, develop a sensitivity to a specific protein in modern dairy called a 1-casein. This protein can irritate the gut lining, and a concept known as leaky gut can allow inflammatory particles to enter your bloodstream, triggering an autoimmune-like response that attacks your joints. You drink it for strong bones, but that A1 casein might be the very thing causing the inflammation that makes your bones ache. You were told it was the solution, but it may be the cause. Our third villain is the most deceptive of all, diet soda. The label is a masterpiece of marketing. 0 calorie, 0 sugar, guilt-free. It seems like the perfect solution. You get the sweet taste you crave without any of the consequences. This is the chemical trap. The artificial sweeteners in these drinks, like aspartame, sucralose, or acesulfame potassium, are not food. They are man-made chemicals, and your body knows it. When these chemicals hit your system, they can trigger very real, very painful inflammatory responses. Your body doesn't know how to process them. They confuse your brain. They disrupt your metabolism. They can even alter your gut bacteria, killing off the good bacteria that fight inflammation and feeding the bad bacteria that create it. But the most sinister part is this. They still cause an insulin response. Your tongue tastes the sweetness, and your brain tells your pancreas, "Get ready, sugar is coming." Your body releases insulin, but no sugar arrives. When this happens over and over, your cells become numb to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is the mother of chronic inflammation. So, every time you drink that guilt-free soda, you are pushing your body further down the path of metabolic chaos. You're not drinking zero. You're drinking a chemical cocktail that confuses your body, damages your gut, and pours fuel on the fire of your joint pain. Don't be fooled by the zero on the label. Let's move to number 4, sports drinks like Gatorade, Powerade, or any of those brightly colored hydration beverages. The excuse is always the same, but I need the electrolytes. It's good for when I'm active. It replaces what I lose when I sweat. Let's be brutally honest. Unless you're a professional athlete, or you have just spent 2 hours doing intense manual labor in 100-degree heat, you do not need these. This is the salt and sugar attack. It's a devastating 1-2 punch to your joints. First, the sugar. A single bottle of a sports drink can contain over 30 grams of sugar. As we've already learned, this is an instant inflammation bomb. It's no different than a fruit juice. It spikes your blood sugar and calls in the inflammatory cytokines to attack your knees. But second, and just as bad, is the sodium. These drinks are loaded with salt. While a little salt is necessary for life, the amount in these drinks, combined with the sodium in our modern diet, is overwhelming. What does excess sodium do? It makes your body retain water. Now think about your joints. They're already inflamed. They're already sore, sensitive, and swollen. When you add water retention to the mix, you get edema. You get that puffiness. Your joints feel heavy, waterlogged, and even more stiff. The pressure builds up, and the pain becomes constant. You're drinking it to rehydrate, but you're actually causing your body to swell up with the very liquid you're trying to manage, all while kicking off a painful inflammatory cascade. And finally, our fifth and final villain. This one is tricky. It's tonic water. You might think this is a mistake. Tonic water is just bubbly water. It's in the same category as seltzer or club soda. It even sounds like medicine, a tonic. This is the hidden villain. Go to your refrigerator, pick up a bottle of tonic water, and read the label. Tonic water is not just sparkling water. It is loaded with sugar. Why? Because it contains an ingredient called quinine, which gives it that classic bitter taste. To make it palatable, to make you want to drink it, manufacturers have to balance that bitterness with an enormous amount of sugar. A 12-ounce serving of tonic water can have over 32 grams of sugar. Let me say that again. It has as much sugar as a can of Coke. It is quite literally a sugary soft drink masquerading as a simple mixer. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And as we now know, that 32 grams of sugar is a one-way ticket to Inflammation Nation. It's a sugar spike. It's an insulin rush. It's a cytokine storm. It is pure liquid fuel for your aching, inflamed joints. All this time, you may have thought you were making the adult choice, the healthier choice, but you were drinking a soft drink in disguise. Okay, you've heard the bad news. You've seen the 5 villains hiding in your own home. You might be feeling frustrated. You might be feeling betrayed. That's understandable. But now, it's time for the good news. You don't have to live with this pain. You don't have to be a victim of these deceptive labels. You can take your power back, starting right now. Let's talk about the 3 healing heroes you can and should be drinking to replace those villains. Hero number 1 is the king of all drinks. It's simple. It's free. It is pure, clean water. It sounds boring, but it is the most critical component for joint health. Your joints require lubrication to move smoothly. The cartilage in your body, the very cushion for your bones, is over 70% water. When you are even slightly dehydrated, that cartilage dries out. It becomes brittle. It creates more friction, more grinding, and more pain. Drinking enough water flushes out the inflammatory toxins we just talked about. It lubricates your joints. It is the foundation of healing. A great tip: add a slice of lemon or a few thin slices of fresh ginger to your water. This not only makes it refreshing, but it adds an extra gentle anti-inflammatory boost. Hero number 2 is ginger and turmeric tea. This is the inflammation fighter. This is your daily healing potion. Ginger and turmeric, which contains the all-powerful compound curcumin, are 2 of the most potent, scientifically proven natural anti-inflammatories on the planet. Drinking a warm cup of this tea, especially in the morning or before bed, is like giving your joints a warm, internal bath of healing compounds. It actively works to calm the fire. It soothes the aches. It is the direct antidote to the damage caused by the villains. You can buy the tea bags, or even better, simmer some fresh, grated ginger and turmeric root in hot water. And hero number 3, the green smoothie. Here is the key. We blend, we don't juice. Why? Because by blending, you keep all of that precious protective fiber. A perfect joint healing smoothie is simple: a large handful of spinach, half an avocado, and a half cup of berries like blueberries. Let's break that down. The spinach delivers vitamins and minerals. The blueberries provide deep-colored antioxidants that fight damage. And the avocado delivers powerful, healthy, anti-inflammatory fats. This smoothie does the exact opposite of the sugar bomb fruit juice. It gives you a slow, steady release of energy. It provides fiber for your gut, and it delivers healthy fats that literally extinguish the flames of inflammation from the inside out. Your joint pain is not a life sentence. It is not an inevitable part of getting older. It is often just a message. It's a message from your body, screaming for help. By removing these 5 inflammatory villains: the fruit juice, the skim milk, the diet soda, the sports drinks, and the tonic water, and by welcoming these 3 healing heroes, the water, the ginger tea, and the green smoothie, you're finally giving your body the tools it needs to repair itself. You're taking charge. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these drinks are you going to cut out, starting today? Which one were you most surprised by? Let me know in the comments section below. If you found this video helpful, if it opened your eyes even a little bit, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It truly helps a new channel like ours reach and help more people who are stuck in pain. And finally, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because our work isn't done. In our next video, we're going to expose the 5 safe exercises that are actually wrecking your knees. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching. Be well, be strong, and be smart about what you drink.